there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the weekly podcast where we look at an important event in the celestial realms, in the stars and numbers, to prepare us in the best way possible to navigate the energetics of the event. And in this case, it's a really fascinating moment here on March 28th when we have the Sun, Saturn, and Mercury in a stellium in Pisces. And what makes it so fascinating is that if you remember the stellium that started the 2020s on January 12th, 2020, between Saturn, Sun, Mercury, and Pluto, that is when everything shifted, right at the onset of the decade. So this stellium returns now with 3 of the 4 planets. And what makes it so special is that Pluto, the 4th planet in the original stellium in 2020, that big event that hadn't happened in 500 years, Pluto just moved into Aquarius. And this is a really important juncture as we move into the Aquarian age. So the fact that we have a stellium in Pisces with the other 3 planets, or the Sun and 2 planets, Saturn and Mercury, is really critical in terms of seeing where are we moving in terms of freedom and also in terms of listening closely. Why listening? Because 2020 is not only about perfect vision, but the 2020s are also about connection to each other. So one-on-one, intimate friendships, relationships, where you really are looking eye to eye at somebody, not necessarily sending emails or texting or doing it over social media, but literally being present in the physical realm with that person. Now, the other thing is the date for 2/28/2024, when the stellium happens, adds up to 20. So it echoes the theme of the 2020s and, of course, the actual year of 2020 when we had the original stellium. So since 2020, of course, Mercury, the Sun, Saturn have moved through different signs, Mercury and the Sun several times over the years, and then Saturn has moved from Capricorn to Aquarius and now is in Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac, and that is where these 3 are meeting. So in a sense, it's finalizing some of the major shifts that were put in play right as we began the current decade. So now we have this setup of the 3, the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn makes this a very practical moment, but Pisces makes it a dissolving moment. So that means that whatever you focus on now is actually going to be maybe not what you expected. It's going to be serious, yes, because of Saturn, but the thinking and conversations may take you by surprise because Pisces is the sign of self-undoing, the undoing of the ego. So it's a very sensitive sign, and so you want to make sure that you really pay attention to people or situations that are negative or pessimistic and not partake in those, because the impact actually is greater when we have big events in Pisces like this one. So really what you want to ask yourself is, what do I want to achieve? Because Saturn is very much about the timing of events that you really put into play and manifest through some kind of achievement. And Mercury helps you to really think through what it is that you want moving forward. What is it that your heart is yearning for? And then communicating that in some capacity in whichever way is necessary. So Saturn in Pisces is letting us know that this Piscean moment is not an illusion, because Pisces can go into delusion and illusion. This moment is real. So are you willing in reality to always turn here? Pisces governs unconditional love and compassion, and this is a moment where you want to go to the heart of the matter. That's really the theme. It means to turn to your heart to get the truth of whatever moment you're in. So that means you have to be willing to be a little uncomfortable, go out of your comfort zone, because if you're willing to go into the heart of the matter, you're going to discover things that may surprise you. The heart of the matter isn't stagnant. It completely flows with the present moment. And so what you may have felt about a situation or a person, even just yesterday, can radically change from day to day when you turn to your heart, because there's always healing going on, and there's always growth that's happening, and understanding and compassion and forgiveness. So you don't know the outcome when you trust your heart. You just have to have faith in the divine, in the orchestrated outcome that the divine, your destiny, your heart already is aligned to, which is a mystery. And just to trust that even as a storm clears, you have your heart. It is always there. Your connection to the divine, it never leaves you. The connection to love is always present. So you always want to lead from the heart. So we're paving the way now, and this stellium is really an important juncture to take it seriously. We're paving the way to a new earth, which really feels magical and magnificent. And this new earth represents being free, where we are free to be ourselves, to not apologize, and to not feel like we need to change who we truly are in order to fit into some kind of expectation that's put upon us. That is not real. That is an illusion. So we need to shift for that reason from the external prompts, the external directions that we may have taken on, and move into the internal, into the heart. And Saturn, Mercury, and Sun in Pisces are pointing you to love. And they're pointing you to what truly matters. Since Mercury governs communication and Pluto recently moved into Aquarius, which governs the airwaves, it's really important to engage in real conversation, not a fake connection with anyone. And to know that caring about what somebody else is doing at any given moment, that's not going to help you. So what helps you is focusing on what uplifts you. To read more books, to get off your computer, to get off social media, to take walks in nature, to hike, to see your friend, go out, have a wonderful conversation. And really the social media part is very important, because you almost can get a high from going into other people's lives and sort of getting into that spin cycle of social media where you really feel like, oh my gosh, I'm connecting to the world just by looking at what others are doing. And yes, it can give you this short, almost like a caffeine fix of being energized, but it is fake. It causes a dissipation of your own creative energy, and it's really nothing but a distraction from you living your own life. So social media really is a detriment. It's not for your benefit for the most part. Now, if you use it for business, that is not for personal reasoning, spying on others and seeing what they're doing, which really is a waste of time. So getting out of that part of the social media experience, because nobody really cares anyway. It's all ego-oriented. And remember, Saturn in Pisces is self-undoing, ego undoing what is fake and only focusing on what is real. And social media is not real. It can make you feel that way, but it is really just like taking a pill instead of doing the actual thing. So you're swept up in a lot of distraction. And instead, what you really want to focus on, Saturn is asking, the Sun is asking, Mercury is saying, communicate with others. and live your real life that way, right? That's what's really needed now. Now, if you think of it, Saturn governs time. Saturn is Chronos, time, and Pisces symbolizes timelessness. It's the final sign of bridging over into other realms, and that's a very galactic feeling that is timeless. So Saturn in Pisces with the Sun and Mercury are saying when you take your light off of social media, you have a lot more time. When you're not constantly on your phone texting and wrapped up in whatever it is you're following or searching, suddenly time belongs to you again. It's not running away with other people's opinions and lives and all of that. So there's time for you then to go into your heart. There's time for you to love your loved ones and to love your journey, the journey that you're on, and to immerse yourself in being with people, not texting them. Yes, you can call, you can hear their voice. That's definitely a step up. And also spend time with them, have fun, deep, profound conversations, talk to them, right? So get to know who you are by moving away from the devices. I know for work, we need our devices. I'm talking more about what you do in your leisure time. Are you sitting down with a book and really listening to your heart as you respond to the book? Are you taking a walk in nature? Are you looking at the beauty of the cycles on Earth and not engaging in this sort of fake universe that is designed for the most part to distract, not to uplift? So all of us have this moment now where we are really being asked to be realistic about what we truly want most. And what really touches us most deeply is looking into other people's eyes, talking to them, hearing their voices, and having that extraordinary contact that can only happen when you show up. One incredible indication that this beautiful stellium in Pisces is pointing you to unconditional love is not only the sign of Pisces, but the degree of the stellium. It's at 9 degrees. So we have Mercury at 9 degrees, Sun at 9 degrees, and Saturn at 9 degrees in Pisces. 999. 9 is the king of numbers, the final single digit. You multiply any number by 9, like 5 times 9 is 45, and 4 plus 5 for 45 is 9. It reduces to 9. You add any number to 9, 5 plus 9 equals 14, and 1 plus 4 for 14 equals 5. So the total of the sum equals the number you're adding to 9. So that's what makes 9 the magical number, the king of numbers. So we have a 999 code of unconditional love, and also endings, culminations, and letting go. So this theme of being present and being in a place of love and true connection, and thereby having forgiveness and letting go while embracing being present with others and with yourself as you embark on your hike or reading a book, whatever the case may be. This is the moment to embrace what love truly is. It is your life. It is who you are. And it's not in a fake AI environment. It doesn't exist there. It only exists in your heart. So we are meant to be taking our heart seriously, taking the people in our life seriously, to connect with them, and really to know what we want and what we desire is important. And that's also revealed in your own star code. And your soul's destiny, your life purpose, is written in your own code that was created the moment you took your first breath. And you can discover your own divine blueprint in a free masterclass at starcodeclass.com. I highly recommend it because you not only get to know your own numerology code and astrology code, but you also can discover the destiny and purpose of your family and friends. And this really helps you to understand them, to understand their shadow side and shadow tendencies, and what their really positive gifts are and expressions. It's really amazing what happens when you have these insights into yourself and others, because you have greater wisdom, greater forgiveness, a broad vision that is not myopic or based on what you want from them or manipulative, whatever the case may be. It truly is expansive and divine. So I highly recommend you get to know your own star code and the star codes of people in your life. Go watch the free masterclass at starcodeclass.com. Enjoy the discovery of your divine blueprint. And have a beautiful week, a beautiful stellium. And I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast.